YouTube, how you guys doing? Hope you guys are doing well. I hope everything's doing great for you guys. I hope you're enjoying your day. It's a beautiful day. I'm going to do this short video and I'm actually going to go out and enjoy my day before my voice is completely gone. I'm sorry, I have a lot of hand movements, but I'm going to talk about a couple of things, and they're not going to be in order. They might not be so cohesive, but these are going to be series that I'm going to be doing. So it's just like I want to talk about like the broad aspect right now, and then later on do specific videos on specific things that I have touched upon the first like 3 to 4 videos, if that makes sense. If you want to learn about self-realization, self-destruction, failures, and how to focus and how to be the better person that you can be, make sure you like and subscribe to this channel, and then we can do it and learn together as we go. Other videos that I'll have more specific details on what I want to be talking about. Right now it's just a broad generalization of whatever is the topic's going to be for today. The topic for today is going to be about focusing and self-destruction. So I'm just going to give a few minutes for each because I feel like my voice is about to go and I need to leave as well. So let's start with self-destruction. Self-destruction does not come overnight. It's something that actually we end up building, not knowing that we're building it. Sometimes we might know, like if you're addicted to something, you know you're addicted, you know you're self-destructing, but you are so addicted that you can't stop. And certain things, the other things that you're doing, like a self-destruction, meaning like you're allowing others' problems to be your problem, and then now you are so focused on fixing their problem that you're not fixing your own. That ends up becoming self-destruction. So I want to give you an example. I use myself as an example all the time because I don't speak for somebody else. I only speak for myself. For example, if somebody says, hey, I'm looking for a house to move into because I gotta leave this house, I'm gonna do everything that I can. Like my coworker, she had to leave immediately from the house she was living in because the landlord and her, they used to be an item and they were no longer an item. And now when she started dating somebody else, he became very possessive, very jealous, and became a person that was just like, well, you were late 3 months ago, I want that money now. And becoming to the point where like the your rent has gone up $200 because you're only paying $400, but the rent's supposed to be $6 something, and like, you know, making her life a living hell. So we're talking and she's like, yeah, I need a place to move to. And I'm the type of person that I will help you find a place. I might not physically take you, but I will go online and find like at least 10 to 20 different places and help you find one and give you the information. And then if you decide to call any of them, you will. If not, then you won't. So I did that. I gave her like a page and a half, like front and back, and then another page full of houses that she's looking for. And she was really, really, really amazed. And she was very, very thankful. But the thing is, some people are not going to come back and do that for you. Or they might do certain things where you're like, wow, I did not know you were capable of doing something to me like that, even though I took the time and effort and my lunch break to figure something out for you, but then you turn around and completely backstab me. So those are the things that are self-destructive because you know what you're doing is none of your business. Yes, you are helping, but you be like, hey, I know that these 3 places are helping you, that they want to rent, and you make good enough money because I know how much you make because we make the same amount. And yeah, why don't you look at those instead of having like to completely submerge yourself in to and like trying to really, really help, knowing that you're not going to get that back. I mean, it's a good thing, like you're getting good kudos points from God, but at the same time it's like you're self-destructing because now you have completely abandoned your priorities and now you're helping somebody else's priority where they're not going to get that back to you. So with that being said, it's like you need to limit on what we as individuals allow ourselves to do for someone else. Like we cannot we cannot put 100% of our effort to put on somebody else and then not put any effort in ourselves. You know what I'm saying? During the time that I was doing that for her, I should have been concentrating on my own business, on my own, when I say business, like what I'm doing in my life, on my own utilities that need to get paid off, figuring out a place that for us to move to. Instead of finding a place for us to move, I was finding a place for her to move. And it got to an opportunity where we couldn't move any longer because we didn't find a house soon enough, or things got really crazy, and it's just one thing after another, after another, after another, and it got like, bam, self-destruct. And then when you ask somebody about, when you tell them about something, they were like, oh, wow, I'm sorry to hear that. And that's it. And you're like, wow, I'm sorry to hear that. And I'm like, I'm sorry to hear that. Okay, let's do this. I will call XYZ for you. You call this person. I'll let you know what they say. And then we can come up with a game plan. I'm done with that. I'm really, really done. Certain people I will do that for, but not everybody. I can't do that for everyone, because then, like I said, it's self-destructive. Because reason why I say self-destructive is because you're taking that time and energy away from yourself and focusing on somebody else. Two, what I want to talk about quickly is about focusing. That also deals with self-destruction, because when I'm focusing on somebody else's problem, I'm taking that time away to focusing on me and to make myself better. So some people, what I've learned in the past couple of months is people will tell you what they want you to know, and that is that. Well, me, on the other hand, will tell everybody every single thing, every little step. I'm reading the book for you verbatim, and you're listening and writing and taking notes and learning from it, and you become the person of wealth of information. You're the fixer, because you give yourself 110% in what you're doing, but then you don't get that back. And then when you don't get that back, you lose the focus for yourself. Now, since you don't get that back, so you're trying to help them so they can help you. Thinking like, okay, if I help them more, maybe they can help me more. Or if I do such a really good job at XYZ, maybe this person could see I'm doing a really good job, that they can give me a little break. Or they can be like, I could be referred to something or get like a promotion. It's like, they will use you and use you and use you and use you and use you. Once they're done using you and they have found someone to replace you, they will get rid of you like yesterday's trash. That has happened to me at work. I put my behind into this job, okay? I was doing 2 jobs, getting paid for 1. But I was doing overtime. So I was like, okay, the overtime money I'm getting, I'm basically going to use it as a second payment for the second job. I was working 7 days a week, like 2-3 months. I was putting in 20 to 30 hours overtime to pay. I was working about 50 to 60 hours extra a month. So on top of my 80 hours, I was working every 2 weeks. I was adding like another 30. So I was working like 110 to 120 hours every pay. So it's just like I was working and working and grinding, and I got where the clinic needed to be. I got everything taken care of. There were piles and piles and piles of paperwork that needed to be taken care of. I took care of everything. When it come down to for them fighting for me to get that position fully, the money I deserve, they did not fight for me at all. And I was like, took back. I was like, really? Like, I worked my behind off. I came on my weekends off. I stayed until 9-10 o'clock at night. I opened every little, I had so many cuts on my hands. I returned every phone call. I did everything. I got ready for Jacob to come and go through the clinic. I did it all by myself because nobody cared any longer, because they felt like nobody cared about them, like they were not getting what they deserve. And I'm like, you know what, I'm going to work really, really hard, and I'm going to show them that I focused so much onto the job and not focused a bit of myself, my well-being, and my home to where my home was getting, the stand was like quickly taking my house in, and it was like self-destructive in my home, but I was like a star at work. But at home, it's just like, when I come home, like, dang, I'm working all these hours, but I still don't have enough money to cover any of the bills, because the bills are like beyond out of control. I have to pay like a $400 light bill, a $500 gas bill, like $200 water bill. And it's like, where is this going to stop? Like, where am I going to see the horizon? And when I thought I was going to see that horizon, I thought I was going to be like, okay, they're going to fight for me, because they're like, well, they want to give you the position, but they're not going to give you the money you deserve. They're actually going to cut $6 from your pay. I'm like, no. I'm like, you should fight for me. You have the capability to fight for me to have this position in my pay. Because one, I have experience, almost a year experience of doing this work. But they wanted someone that was fool enough, naive enough to do all the hard work by themselves. Not one person say, hey, you want me to help you? Not one person decided to help. So when it was time for them to fight for me, not one person fought for me. And I didn't get that position. So all that hard work I did all throughout summer, all the vacations I said I was not going to go to, for me to visiting family, I didn't go to because I was working so hard. All these things I've done thinking I was going to save some money, I didn't save a penny of it. All the things I said I was going to do did not pan out for me at all, because they didn't fight for me. So why am I going to fight for them? For what? You didn't come and help me out when I needed the help, when I needed your support. So why should I be there 100% for you? It doesn't make sense. So that's when I started thinking like, okay, you know what? I think I made a mistake. Second is, I focused myself and I self-destructed myself, thinking I was doing something that is positive and helping somebody out. But now as I think about it, like 2 months afterwards, I'm like, I got played. Everybody's seen it. I didn't see it, because I'm seeing it as like, okay, I'm helping this person. I'm being a friend. I'm helping them. But now when I'm thinking about it, I'm like, you played me. You played me like a fiddle, and I let you play me. That's the thing. Like, that was where I was trying to focus on being a better friend. Then I was focusing on, hey, is this correct? Is this right? Does this sound okay to you? Like, is this something that you should be doing or should not be doing? But I was so focused on being a friend that I was not focusing on myself, not focusing on my home, not focusing what I'm supposed to do. So I end up self-destructing myself and almost losing my job. So now I have learned, keep your own nose to yourself. Like, don't meddle in somebody else's business. Their struggle is their struggle. It's not your responsibility to fix it. It's not your responsibility to be the superhero of your job, because they're not going to pay you for it. They're not going to give you the position. They're going to use you up until you have done all the work. All the work. When I say all the work, as soon as I finished everything, they're like, yeah, we hired somebody else. Like, really? You hired somebody that's messy to make even more drama in the clinic, knowing that I could have had this position and everybody could have worked well together? Whatever. But those are the things I want to talk about today. Self-destruction and not being focused is the two things that will bring us down and be able to not be the full self that we know that we can be. So one thing I want to leave you guys by saying is, know that you have to focus, and know that what you want to focus on is very important to your individual needs. So knowing that you have to put yourself first, and if you feel selfish, so be it. But put yourself first, because if you don't put yourself first, others are going to, and then you end up self-destructing like I did. But if you got anything out of this, leave in the comment what you understood. The next conversation is going to be about failure. So if you want to watch about that, make sure you give this video thumbs up, and thank you for watching. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.